Now that we have the payoff tables, we can calculate the maximax and the maximin. So we have a reference here to what the maximax means as well as what the maximin means. And we're going to calculate it using this payoff table. Now the maximax finds the best possible payoff for each decision. So we look at each decision and we calculate the best possible payoff, which will be the maximum of those payoffs. Similarly, for if we were to buy at B, we would look at the two options there and get the maximum payoff of those two possible, I shouldn't say options, outcomes. And so forth. Now, one of the shortcuts you can use, you can see that we have max and it references columns C and D. You can simply drag this cell down. And now what you can see is that we've calculated the max of these two values, the max of these two values, and so forth. Now the last step to calculating the maximax would be to choose the decision corresponding to the highest of these maximax values. We want the max of these maxes we calculated. So it's equal to max of those maxes, all of these maxes, and I get 13. And you can see that 13 corresponds to buying at B alone. So that would be our maximax decision. It would be to buy at lot B only or location B only. And the maximax value would be 13 million. Now for the maximin criteria, it's a bit of the opposite. So maximax is saying, I think I'll get the best out of everything. Maximin is the conservative cousin of that. It's saying, oh, I'm scared. I'm going to look at the worst possible payoff. So the worst possible payoff is the min for each set that we have for each decision. Note, for a decision, the worst possible outcome. And again, we can drag this down because what we're going to be doing is we're going to look at the worst for decision B between negative 12 and 13. For A and B, when we decide to buy both, it would be the worst possible outcome. It's payoff, which would be the min of negative 1 and 5, which we can see here, and so forth. Now that we've determined what the worst possible outcomes are, we want the best of those. So we want the max of those mins, maximin. And that is 0 in this case, which corresponds to buying nothing. So no surprise, the most conservative thing to do is to buy nothing. So that is the best of the worst case scenarios. And that is how you calculate your maximin.